Friends, I just wanted to talk to you today. We had an amazing segment that I wanted to break down. And um, we actually had a segment recently about the 7 skills that it takes to absolutely crush the network marketing profession. And I just want to take you through, and then I'm going to touch on each one of these skill sets over the next few series, okay, until we complete all 7. And so I just want to grab the different ones, but I want to go ahead and I want to go back and refresh I'm sorry, the 7 skills that are needed in this profession. Number one, it's finding prospects, okay? And I want you to think about this. It always starts with finding prospects, and then it goes to inviting. Okay. That's the second skill set. Third skill set is presenting. Okay. It's presenting, learning how to present and share this opportunity. Then it is follow up, mastering the art of follow up and how to. And then it's closing, asking for the close. Okay. Asking them to do business with us. We'll shrink this down a little bit. And then it's duplication. Okay. Once I get the person started, it's now I'm creating duplication. And then last, it's teaching others. Okay. Teaching, we'll go back here, teaching others. So I share that to tell you, teaching others. So these are, if you listed, these are your 7 skills that you and me and every one of us building this amazing profession should be doing. And we should be locating these 7 skills every single day of our build. We should be moving people across this skill set. And these 7 skills are what it takes to crush our profession, to smash our profession. And so many times we focus on other things that does not necessarily do what we need it to do, okay, to crush this profession. We'll start to do all kinds of things, but zero in and really get good this year in these 7 skill sets. So I'm going to move just a second. I want to talk about finding prospects. Number one, this is the first one. Every day we should be looking for ways to find prospects, okay? This is the first skill. And I want you to think about this, okay? I want you to think about this as I talk about like finding prospects, okay? And I believe that when you're finding prospects, there's active, okay, recruiting, and then there's passive recruiting. And I promise you, I would do both. I would do active and passive recruiting. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, passive recruiting would be something like making a Facebook post. Okay. Maybe you're using the boards app and you're posting twice a day. Okay. And meaning you're putting something out, you're running ads, you're running email campaigns, you're doing things, you're putting it out into the space and you're looking for a comment, you're looking for a like, you're looking for a heart, you're looking for something for then you to be able to then go and turn it into active recruiting. I see people wearing buttons like the skinny drop buttons. And then when people ask the question, it turns into active recruiting, but the people are coming to you, right? I see people that build their own website, they do different things. So these are forms of passive recruiting. Okay. Now, think about active recruiting. Active recruiting is building a list. Okay. I want you to think about that. Like building a list. Where do we get this list? There's all kinds of tools. You can go Google memory jogger. Okay. You could go out there and Google memory jogger and print you off a memory jogger list that starts. Listen, here's how I feel about it in finding prospects. If I'm adding value to the world, meaning if I go get my teeth cleaned, if I have someone cutting my yard, if I have people that I support their business, then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put them on my list to support my business, right? And because that's the way the world should work. We should always work to support each other. So I'm definitely going to have on my list the people that my well, I don't have a barber, but think about the person cutting your hair. Think about the person that's doing your nails. Think about the person that you attend their spa, right? Or maybe you get a massage, or like, what do you do in the world to add value to people's business? Guess what? Put them on your list. Okay. So build the list, build the list, build the list. And I call this an active, okay, candidate. Okay. Candidate list. So I've got an active candidate list. Okay. And here's what I want to tell you: always, always be expanding that list. Doesn't mean you have to call them today, but always be like, carry a list around when you come across somebody, you pass somebody, you learn, you meet somebody, you exchange information. Put that on their list. Finding prospects, like, this is the holy grail to your business long term, year over year over year. Build a list, a book of business that you can look at, right? That you can make notes in, that you can make notes to yourself about the people. But I believe that a person that is scaling their business this year has got to find prospects. We always have to be in the presence of prospects. We always have to be finding prospects to share our opportunity and our product lines with. Okay. And I can do it both ways. So think, how many different ways can I do it passively? Through, maybe it's emails, maybe it's through a website, maybe it's through um, sharing a smart link. I don't know, but you make you a list of things you can do passively to attract attention. Facebook stories, Instagram stories, reels, like all of that. You're looking for people that heart it, like it, comment it on it, right? And then what that does is it allows you to then be able to turn them into actively recruiting, right? Actively recruiting that person. So many times, here's what I'll tell you: never prejudge, never prejudge people, never say to yourself, oh, they don't need this. Let me tell you, in our opportunity, we're providing great nutritional supplements, right? That are like the Ferrari for the body for longevity. Share that with people. Share what you got your hands on. Okay. And share it through your own personal experience of you being a product of the product. So I'm going to share this. Never prejudge. Oh, they're healthy enough. Oh, they don't need this. Never prejudge money. Oh, they have plenty. They don't need this. No, it's not the case. Prejudging stops so many people from building an active candidate list. And remember, this list is not saying you're going to call everybody tomorrow. What this list is doing is it's giving you people to talk to. You go, how do I create a list? Go Google memory jogger and start there. Start brain dumping all of your names, and just, if they come to your head, put them on a paper, put them on a paper. Don't prejudge. Doesn't mean you're calling them today. get their name and number on paper, name and number on paper. Okay. You go, Brent, what would I say to them? First of all, you would call and talk to them like a human. Hey, John, how are you doing? Just thought about you the other day. Just wanted to reach out, say hi. Happy New Year. How's the family doing? How's the kids doing? Get into a conversation. John says, Brent, what are you up to? Well, what's crazy is not as much about what I'm up to, but why I'm up to it. You see, it's crazy. I was a high school football coach. You remember I coached football and I was a high school principal. And I want to tell you, my journey, I didn't have a lot of income. Took two kids in to live with me. Like we were needing to make extra money. And I found this nutritional company. I got involved with it and I started sharing my story. All by John saying, what are you up to, Brent? Well, it's not about as much about what I'm up to as about why I'm up to what I'm doing, right? What my passion's about. And then John gets to talking. And before you know it, it leads to maybe John needs to lose some weight, or it leads to John needs to make some money. And then we set up an appointment. We set the appointment to share the presentation. So build the active candidate list, constantly be adding people to it, constantly be adding to the active candidate list. Don't prejudge that list. Don't prejudge it. Okay. Because so many times those people will join the business through someone else. And then last, when finding prospects, I'm going to kind of bring it, and I'm going to bring an umbrella over both of these, passive recruiting and active recruiting. Here's what I would say: network with purpose. What does that mean? Network with purpose. That means today, have you got a button on? Today, have you made passive posts, like passive 2 posts a day? Have you sent out email? Like, what have you networked today with purpose? Who are you going to lunch with? Who are you having a conversation with? Like, just catching up with, network with purpose. Who today are you going to pick 5 people on your names list to give a call and talk to them? John, how you doing? How's life? How's the kids? Thought about you the other day. Get into a conversation. And then when the opportunity arises, share, oh my goodness, rather than what I'm doing right now, let me tell you why I'm doing it. And then go into your reason for why. I was 50 pounds overweight, got involved. I knew I needed to make a change. Here's what I did. Oh my goodness. Here's the results, right? Your passion is what will bring them to you. But you've got to start that conversation. So network with purpose today. Okay. And do it through passive, but also do it through active recruiting. Okay. Do it through both of those. You go, what's actively recruiting? It would be having an opportunity meeting. Okay. Maybe it's a drop talk. Maybe it's you talking about health and wealth for 2025, the new year, having an opportunity meeting, right? Getting exposure, having something you can invite people to. Maybe it's, I'm going to go down here to number 3. Maybe it's Zoom. Maybe you're going to have it over Zoom, over a virtual event that you can move people to. But at the end of the day, on this day, the question remains, how many prospects will you find yourself in the presence of? Because that is skill number 1. Going back to these 7 skills, 7 skills to crush our profession. It has been these skills since the beginning of this industry. Number 1 is I've got to start, as I move them across this spectrum, I've got to have prospects to move across. And today we're talking about the finding of prospects. Every day that you work this business, you should be in the presence of prospects, prospects that you personally are recruiting, and prospects that your team, you're helping them to recruit and to come in and to grab value from this company's products and financial opportunity. I hope this serves you well. Hope you have a great day out there, guys. Thanks for your partnership.